Go or you want to do an intro?
Do we want to start off with the shots and then we introduce?
No, it's gonna be your usual fuck up, and then
Joe
will be like, "Hey guys, so I'm talking to my little brother, and he gave us some Little Joe's vodka from his bar, Little Joe's, blah blah
and with
blah."
This, hey, everybody, welcome.
I wasn't trying to make that part of the intro, but you always fucking do it.
Yup. To F it around with Mo, Mike, and Joe.
I'm Joe.
I am Mike.
And I'm Mo.
So as you already heard what we're going to do.
Yep.
So this morning my brother met me and we decided to go get brunch. We actually went to Steak and Acres. I don't know if you guys know it, right over there in Surmac.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love the place. So
been there forever.
It's been there forever. Really good. One of the only places left you can get a steak and egg for $20, right? So I enjoy it. I go there, grab a coffee, do some steak and eggs. Sadly, they did have a little bit of a smell problem today, old building, sewage back up, but we ate our food, still went through. But in the process of talking, we were kind of going over some stuff, and he got us another bottle of Joe's because he saw that our bottle on the table was empty in our video, which he loved, by the way. And for anyone listening, he did say, when you listen to our podcast, it's way better at speed 1.4.
Is it?
Yes.
All right.
So I would somewhat agree with that. I go a little fast. I listened to one of our shows.
Right.
Just because, for one, I wanted to give us a play.
Yes.
Everyone
counts.
Right, and my original thought was I was going to let it play and turn the volume all the way down and just speed through it. But then I noticed when I dropped down from 10x down to like 2, that I couldn't really recognize my voice anymore. And I didn't hate it as much to hearing myself talk. Yep. I could still totally hear my mannerisms because my little pauses when I'm like doing funny shit, I guess, or whatever, making points.
No, I get it. He did say he did not like our Jerry and Johnny episode. He said it was way too chaotic and all over, but we've all agreed on that.
Yeah,
we are very sorry about that episode. Yes. We will say that. But
yeah, if you're going to skip any of them, that Jerry, Johnny, skip that one.
Feel free to skip it. We understand it.
Episodes 1 through 3, which is our first, because of all our audio issues. And then I would also say Johnny and Jerry just because of, again, audio issues, but they were mostly Johnny's audio issues.
So with the audio issues, based on what I'm doing and what I'm learning right now about the audio stuff, I might be able to get that better too.
Right. We should talk about that when we get into it. I think that's a great segue.
Yes.
Because these two are amazing when it comes to audio. But before we get there, we got some other stuff on the cover.
These two? You putting me in the amazing
because it was all your idea that started it all because it was your brainchild.
Well, I'm an idea man. I wouldn't call myself an audio professional.
No, but I mean, it was your thought process that put us down that realm.
Yeah.
So we'll get there. But as I said, he got us the vodka, so I thought it was a nice idea. Maybe we start the little tradition of starting. Yeah. But as we all know, I don't drink. So he picked me up something called Shot Energy. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
We're not sponsored, but I just thought it'd be nice to kind of talk about something for once.
Maybe they might after this. Let's see what happens.
So it's basically pure energy, but what you do is you're supposed to take a shot of it, 30 milliliters, and you put it with sparkling water over ice. There's 33 servings in this bottle, so you kind of dilute it down. So, as somebody who loves energy, as we all know, I'm addicted to the crap. Should I try and do a shot of this with you guys and see how I could take a shot of, like, syrup energy?
Let's try it out.
I mean,
you guys want to see the bottle, by the way?
I do. I want this bottle to get passed around.
Yes.
Peach mango. That's
right.
That's not a bad.
So he gave it to me, and when I first got it, I'm like, oh my god, this kind of looks syrupy. I could probably drink this whole thing before tonight and have a couple. So I'm about to open it. I'm like, this looks interesting. Let me read it. And I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to mix it and dilute it. But then I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, we can make one later. And then I'm going, you know what would be fun? If I took that bottle of vodka, put out 2 shots, and I did a shot with you guys of this. And just nice way to start it.
So I almost feel like we should have taken it a step further and all done a shot of this.
I was thinking the same thing.
Because let me read the warning on the bottle real quick. And this is in very small print. But it says, contains caffeine. This product is not recommended for children, pregnant, or lactating women, or caffeine-sensitive individuals.
So, speaking of that, then, why don't I give you your shots of vodka? You guys take your shots of vodka, and then I'll fill them back up with that. This is for you. This one's for Mike.
I think I fucked us here, Mo.
Yes, you did.
Here,
Oh wait, should I take one with you and I do
Shut
it
up,
twice?
brain.
I'll grab another shot, get a glass, and then we'll put in a shot of each. For
You want
us.
to double them?
Yeah.
Oh, you want?
Yeah,
I was
so
just gonna
we'll
have
do
you do it and
shooter.
refill it.
We'll
Oh,
do-
you want to do it as a shoot?
Shooter,
Oh,
and then fucking
perfect. Why don't
Oh,
you
yeah,
go?
down
Wait.
for that?
So go grab 2 more glasses, and then
Okay.
Mo, I'll put mine over there, and you pour them all out. Then Mike will open it up and set it.
You want to pour it up?
I'll open this
grab
guy
the-
up.
Well, but I thought it'd be a nice little way to start. I mean, we've never done. I've never seen this before, and I'm like, you know what? This seems like something fun because I'm looking at it like it kind of looks like Bloody Mary mix.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like one of those like fancy mocktail things
Yeah.
you would see in a juice aisle or something too. Like,
And I was never going to ask you guys to shoot a shot, but since you volunteered, why not do it?
mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts now looking at it? Debating what you just said?
No. I mean, like, look, I'm just looking at how long it takes this bubble to go from top to bottom. I feel like it's like one of those. We could use this as like a what do you call it?
The
a
ship
level.
things. Yeah.
We could use this as a level for hanging TVs that we don't have or whatever.
So as we said, we're not sponsored, but we thought it'd be a fun little thing to do. We'll try the
But
product.
if Shot Energy
Want to sponsor us.
wants to give us a
Maybe we'll be
buzz,
up to-
hit us up with a DM or something, whatever.
I mean, Bang liked the fact I was shaking my ass when I washed their can, but they didn't want to go anywhere with it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly though, the song should have been "She Bangs, She Bangs."
Yeah. True. Very
But
true.
what are you gonna do? Yeah, I say fuck it.
Mo,
Let's,
break
you
it
know,
out. Pour some shots for us.
We're either gonna Hulk out or pass out, right?
Exactly. Luckily, we all know I do not have a caffeine sensitivity.
Yeah, we're about to
So
find out.
How much are we supposed to pour from this right now?
I don't know.
The
Look
shit-
how thick this is.
Oh, God.
my
Oh,
I don't
man.
know if it, like. Do you think that's enough?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
probably
know.
good.
I mean-
it says 30 milliliters for one serving.
I don't know how much that is. A fucking.
Neither do
high
I.
level.
But if I said grams, you'd understand.
Yeah, that is understanding a lot better.
Yeah, he's foreign. He's metric.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
That's the joke.
Yeah.
If I said grams, you'd understand too because you just put it next to flour. Like, oh my God, that's like an ape.
He
That's
also
like an
used to be a
ape.
teacher. All right. And then-
Little
and then-
Freudian
All
slip
right.
there by Joe if you didn't catch it.
You can give me a little more because I'm the one who's
Yeah,
supposed to be
he's doing
punished.
a whole one.
Yeah,
More than this?
give
No,
me the
he's-
full. Give me the full
Yeah.
shot.
We're
Feel-
doing
Full
vodka.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing
Yeah?
vodka. He's doing that.
Like the whole thing?
No, full shot glass. Like
Okay, like
yeah, because that's a
this,
double
right?
shot.
Yeah,
We
this
all know that.
Right.
Oh my God, it's like Jello.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
No
regret
shit.
this. So how are we gonna do this now for a cheers, gentlemen? To start
I'm
with?
also wondering if I want to pour my shot into the little
Feel
shot.
free to mix it. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Mix
Yeah, I
it.
wonder
Water
if
it
I
down
wanna-
with that vodka.
Not like necessarily watering it down, but
Flavoring it up.
Just-
Flavoring your vodka.
I'm not one to.
Oh yeah, like that.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
you see
that-
what I
see?
mean? Oh,
And-
is it for me now?
Here,
Okay.
I'll
I
take
want to do the full flavor here, gentlemen. So what are we gonna do a cheers for effing around? I don't think we've ever done an effing around
no,
cheers.
we've never done that for around cheers.
This
I have an
seems like
idea.
this seems a mic.
This is a mic thing. Well,
This
I
is
mean,
a-
I'm not. I don't know if I'm going to come up with the actual cheers, but where I'm at right now is we started this in October with the idea of mostly me talking to Joe and saying, could you imagine if that was a podcast? Whatever conversation we had, whatever text exchange or group chat we had, there were some that just devolved or just got so funny that I was like, imagine if that was like, you know, where the masses heard us saying stuff like that. You know, would they think it was funny? You know, is my sense of humor very skewed? You know, I don't know. But yeah, so that's what I'm saying is we started this in October as like a, hey, let's do this. And here we are in March, you know?
I think I got it.
So
Wait,
I'm
let
not-
him finish his.
Oh, you done?
No,
No, he's
no,
not done. He's got to finish.
All I
Though.
was just
Sorry, I thought
saying
you
is
Stop being a mo.
I thought
You
he
know-
was done. I thought he was done.
we hit the ground running.
Yeah.
We picked up a fan base,
Yes.
which, you know, I still don't know if they're real people or it's a bot farm.
Or
and-
government crawlers.
Right, or, you know, or Elon Musk, who knows who's really
Yep.
actually paying attention to us, or if it's, you know, just, you know, some supercomputer that just takes in everything. I don't know. But we've been having fun with this, and we're gonna try and keep it going as long as we can. As long as it's fun, we're gonna keep doing this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm gonna hand it over to Mo because he's got some thoughts on a cheers.
I think a good cheers would be to fucking around with friends and against enemies.
Fucking around with friends against enemies.
Oh shit!
Cheers,
All
guys.
right, cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Oh man, it all sunk to the bottom already.
Ooh, that was really good. I mean, that was
good.
really good.
I was yeah, I forgot.
Was that?
Yeah, shut up.
You forgot there was vodka in there?
I didn't realize. Fuck. All right. I missed out on my shot.
What happened? He forgot there was vodka in it?
Yeah.
He gave me his.
We switched it up. We switched it up.
Oh, that's hilarious.
All right, so for everybody who doesn't know, Mike doesn't really like shots.
He will drink with the best of them.
It's not that I don't like them. I had pancreatitis, and it was just a really painful medical thing that happened to me.
Yeah.
And I was one of the suggestions from the medical staff was no more straight alcohol. You know, cut it, whatever.
respect
So
it.
technically, I did cut it.
Yeah.
Technically, I did cut it.
And we respect it. So when we
Yeah.
did the shots, that's why the vodka was poured out originally. So he had a different mixer with it, and Mo could have the straight vodka. And it was their job to keep it straight. That's why the shot glasses were all different.
Look,
But
Sadly,
then, after I mixed my energy drink into my shot glass, Mo said, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Here, I did it. Take mine."
it was coming of a place of like, you know,
Right, no.
it's a larger glass. He wasn't able to get his full shot with it. So, I was
so
like,
a lot
"Here."
of, and honestly, we are very unscripted. But when it's something like this, when I want to do shots, like you heard us in the beginning,
Yeah.
we kind of want to know how to start or open it so it's not throwing people off guard. Sometimes we do throw it off guard, but this was one of those ones. Do you guys think this would land? And it tasted delicious. I mean, honestly, drinking it straight.
It wasn't. No. I'm saying it wasn't bad.
I do feel a little bit robbed though right
But
now.
I did. Look, Mo feels cheated, and I feel like
My
I
nose
kind
is
of.
sticky. I gotta like lick it because I got the I got the syrup on my nose for the shot glass.
Hold on, give me that bottle.
Easy,
I got
Freud.
a redemption it.
Easy over there, Freud. But I feel like Mo got cheated, and he's about to fix that cheat.
Would you
And
like some
I'll
more
be
juice
honest,
for it?
I'm not much
fuck it.
of a.
Go for it.
Yeah.
That's right there. Here, give me the bottle.
Well, thank you,
I'm
Ryan,
not,
for the
you
vodka
know-
and the energy shot.
Yes, thank you very much for that.
I tried to trick everybody by putting water in my shot glass. So that's why this is very funny. Okay, if you didn't pick up on that.
I wasn't gonna say water.
right.
I was trying to say mixer.
Only-
I wasn't
One second.
gonna back him over the bus with that.
Only Joe knew that I had poured water into my shot glass. And Mo did not know.
Yes.
No,
So-
I heard background conversation about it, but I was
Right,
I was
but
working
we-
on my things, so I was like, I
Right.
did not remember that at all.
Right, and it wasn't supposed to be some sort of state secret or anything. I was just like, Joe mentioned
you
to
said
me.
what?
Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Yeah, cheers. Yeah,
Okay, so
one more.
Joe had mentioned to me he wanted to start the show in a different way, and he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Except, I don't know if I want to do a shot. I rarely do shots, so I don't know if I just want to start every show we do with a shot." And he's like, "Oh no, I get it, man." And I was like, "Hey, I got this bottle of water here. How about we just pour some water in the shot glass, and nobody's the wiser?"
Right.
Well, Mo, in his infinite friendliness and gentlemanliness, thought that his shot glass looked better with the mixture than mine.
It
Because
was larger.
right, he had a
it
big.
fit all
It was
the
a
whole
it was a it was a bigger shot glass. Size mattered a little bit here. Because they're all novelty glasses anyway, so nobody really cares like what the real size is. But yeah, so Mo, after seeing the mix, was like, "Oh, here, look, I mixed mine." Shook it up a little bit, and he's like, "Here, you take mine, I'll take yours, because I'll, whatever." There we go. Being a mensch over here.
Right. I mean, that was really sweet of you, but you didn't realize I was trying to save Mike's internal organs.
Right, no,
Yeah,
no,
I mean-
but Mo, that's the thing.
Right.
Mike forgot.
I know. That's the best part about this. You set the thing up and you forgot. It's
Right, well, I was
It was like a
overcome.
cartoon. It was like the cartoon with the poison, like that TikTok trend where they're like the first time assassin, and they put the poison powder in the drink, then they mix the drink with their finger, and then they lick their finger, and they fall dead.
Yeah. That or, inconceivable.
Unretrievable.
I take a little bit of poison every day, so that way when I do a lot, it's okay. That's not me.
So this actually was a nice way to start it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll do vodka, what we'll do, but I thought it was a nice little way. Kind of do a cheers. Maybe we switch up the cheers for what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
No, and I like that, like it.
Or we do it at closing, but the problem is sometimes the closing gets a little crazy.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. With
We never
Yeah.
really know how the show
Yeah,
is going
it's
to
just
end,
gonna
when
end
it's
when it
going to
ends.
end. We've talked about getting some sort of timer clock to put up on the wall so we could be like, oh hey, let's like
We almost went and got that shot clock from that school, remember?
we
The
almost
board?
did.
But it was too big.
It was too big, and
I
it's
have
only-
a broken clock upstairs.
Oh yeah, well,
It's right twice a day.
It'll be right
Exactly.
once, twice a day, max.
Oh, yeah.
You just look at the second, you make sure you remember what it is, and then it's
The second is the hour hand now.
No. So, while we're doing that, is the other thing I wanted to talk about to start before we get into our actual topics. Is you guys know I do my miles every morning with Bella. We go
Yep.
out and do it. Today I saw something cool. Like I usually post stuff on TikTok or video, but this had a magnet in the back. Ryan did take the magnet because he wanted it, but it's a little booklet they saw, and it was on just a light pole, just magnetized up. So
What's the booklet?
I don't really know. That's
All
why I
right,
brought
well,
it from
well,
us.
That's-
we'll try to limit the amount of static you put into the microphone while touching the
You
thing
said-
and open that bitch up.
Yeah.
You said you saw it on.
It was on a light pole,
magnet.
it was magnetized to a light pole. The magnet was behind the sticker. I was showing Ryan. He goes, "I could use the magnet." I'm like, "You can take the magnet."
R Block Chicago.
Yeah,
That's it's a cool logo.
but I mean, I saw it and I'm looking at it. I'm like, "That's pretty nicely put together and done."
Yeah.
I'm like, "But let's do it like it's almost like an unboxing, but for a little magazine." So I don't know if it's good, it's bad, what it's about, but I thought you guys would get a kick out of seeing it. And most someone who's into the media and doing director and production stuff, maybe you'd have an opinion on it.
So this is already issue 6 for this one, right?
Yep.
Like so they've been out there for a while.
Oh,
mean-
so it's some sort of comic book?
It's a Chicago magazine. Somebody.
Well,
on the
Chicago
show-
Magazine is a company. It's
Yeah.
an organization.
Is
They put
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, then that's
So-
what it is.
So this
No.
is some sort of marketing,
Gimmick.
Yeah, it looks like
guerrilla
it.
marketing thing.
Echo Alias is an independent Chicago magazine created and distributed by its contributors.
Wait, hold on. Do we need to be plugging this? We don't
No.
know what's at the end
No.
of the thing you're
Yeah,
reading.
it's,
That is
it's
true.
gonna be bad.
Right? Like let's
see.
we haven't read this.
We haven't
I
read
was just
that.
saying. you
Right,
know,
let's just
like-
flip
Flip
through
through
it.
the
See,
thing and
yeah,
just
okay,
kinda
that
give
looks
your
kinda
thought.
cool.
Oh
I-
shit! Look at that art on there.
That's
though.
I wanted
Right.
you to talk about the production value of it, what you thought of it.
Right.
Well, this is a different type of production, but I fucking love the art with it. Like, you
But
know,
think
like,
about
oh,
it.
wow.
That was just
Oh,
on
shit,
a
it's actually-
light pole, magnetized.
Right. It seems like some sort of guerrilla marketing thing by maybe Chicago Magazine, and
They got
this
Jesus
art.
crucified right there with the blurred out face.
Oh,
That's
Yeah, that's cool. I was speaking, but and
look at this.
yeah, no, I see. Thank you. You're supposed to look and then pass. Remember?
Is that what we're doing?
That's what
This is
Joe
kinda
said.
cool, actually.
I thought you see.
So-
No, Mike, will you finish before I jump in?
Well, I forgot what I was going to say, but what I'll say now is that all the gentlemanliness and friendliness Mo had for this episode went into him handing me that shot.
It's out the window, right?
Because now he's a little kid in a comic book store.
He really
Hey,
is.
this
His
is really
his head
cool,
has
though.
not come up. I mean, it's not that I'm looking at Joe,
Right.
but I can see in my periphery this dude's head is down.
He's so
Right.
involved in it. But it was
it's
just
a cool art
it was
in
such
here.
a little interesting thing. Like, I mean, we got the energy, the vodka, and then that magazine, that little pamphlet. I'm like, this might be a nice thing to talk about today. Like,
Yeah, no, I'm down to talk about it. I'm thinking, look, and this is just where my head kind of goes on almost anything we grab that's got somebody else's name on it
right.
first.
We should check it first.
Not just the do our due diligence, but I for one would love for this show to turn into my job,
Yeah,
right? So in order for that to happen, we got to start producing some sort of revenue stream.
I agree.
So Chicago Magazine, being a local Chicago publication, cool. I think we at the bottom of this episode, we do a little shout out to Chicago Magazine.
If it's them and not somebody just there.
Well, it does say Chicago Magazine.
No, I don't think it is Chicago Magazine because this person said Independent Chicago Magazine.
Oh,
it's an independent.
Oh,
that's why I was reading the beginning of it when you guys cut me up.
What we might be doing here is alerting Chicago Magazine to some potential trademark infringement.
Well,
it says Chicago Magazine
at the bottom of it.
You know, I will stand up, go walk up to the camera, and show them what they say. But
hey, we're against corporate fuckery, man. Why are you trying to help them out?
No, we're against fuckery.
Yeah, fuckery. We don't care if it's corporate or independent or grassroots. We're just against fuckery.
Right. You know, and just because we're against fuckery doesn't mean that we can't make a buck here and there.
So I'm hoping there's. Oh yeah, they email us and everything. All right, there's a way to talk to contact.
Right. Yeah, I would just say don't read it out loud in case they're
I'm not, but I'm gonna email them.
They're throwing their right arm from their heart to the fucking flag.
I'm gonna warn them about you first. And then I'm gonna tell them. Then I'm gonna tell them.
Like I said, all the gentlemanliness and friendliness was all in that shot he handed me. Here, take mine. Now it's Mike.
This is cool
meet bust tires.
Do you think Mike would like to see it before you give it back to me?
This is a potential guest right here. Honestly, there you go.
Oh hey.
I was just saying, I wasn't going to hand it over to you.
I know.
It didn't.
Why don't you reach out and let them know that one of your co-hosts found it? Yeah. Since you seem to be like very involved in it, and you like it a lot.
A lot of really cool art in there.
Yeah. Why don't you reach out and say hi and see if he wants to talk about it? Be like, hey, my co-host saw it on a sign, loved it, brought it in, and we talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, man, I'm digging it so far, at least as far as art wise.
Art wise, yeah.
Because I'm a giant Chicago nerd.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love this city. I love seeing the city like artisified. If
today's word of the day, people, is artisified.
Oh, I made that up.
I know,
it's
that's
like
why I said
symbology.
You gotta say it with like the whisper. Artisified.
Yeah.
What's the symbology there?
Symbology.
If you know it, you know it.
Do you even get the reference?
No, that's a reference.
I knew you did. I didn't know you did get the reference.
Put it on the list.
Yeah. You said you watched the movie.
What?
You lied.
No, just because I didn't get the fucking.
Put that
no, don't tell. No,
okay.
No, I had to.
I was just gonna stop you. I was just gonna try and stop you and see. Hey, maybe somebody in the comments section could help Mo out.
Yeah. No, but I'm more upset because he said he watched the movie.
Yeah, I did watch the movie. I just don't remember every fucking.
That's like one of the best parts of the movie.
And
symbolism. I believe the word you were looking for there was symbolism.
Yeah, I don't remember the scene at all.
Oh my!
Why would you throw it like that?
No, you want to give me the pamphlet thing? I'll put it back in.
I didn't want to distract you again with it.
Why don't you keep it together and put it behind you so I don't make it all noisy? Like, don't put it back in now. It's gonna make noise. Is what I mean.
It's gonna.
Yeah, crinkle, crinkle. But this way you can do your emails and your fanboy.
Yeah, I guess in some ways I am a little bad. You can call me an audio novice.
See?
I know what's going to make noise on the microphone.
Right.
That's going to, but obviously Mo, our editor, our chief of AV, sometimes things slip his mind, because he's not, and it's just something like I just want to make his life easier, dude.
I appreciate that.
Like he's our editor, and we do our best not to edit for content, mostly quality.
Yeah.
Well, but I will say, just to cut you off for 1 second.
I mean, I get cut off all the time. It's cool. Go for it.
Our last episode, we actually edited for content once because we had to plug in the recordings.
Right, and
now it's back to you.
Right, and that's why I said we try.
Yes.
Right. So
I would say we still do. Like
no,
even
we
with
do,
last week's, we didn't really say even the parts that were cut out, like
right. No, we didn't cut out any content. We just edited the content, the order, so it worked better.
So
you didn't just hear the noise.
The order was
kind of like what you're hearing right now. We had a discussion in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
That's why it had to be cut out.
Was cut out.
Okay. And it was about outlining and structure and format of the show. So that's why it kind of became a problem. And that's why I said we try our best not to edit for content and just quality. So that's why I say that, because it was a quality issue for sure. Okay, we did not stop recording, and we 100% devolved into about at least 5 to 10 minutes of
debating
tangent, whatever. We hope you liked the recordings. If you heard them, because the way it went in here, if you're watching, we if you're watching our body language of Joe and I, you could definitely see that we were trying to get Mo to do better.
Beat Beckett over him.
Look, I'm not here to flame Mo. I just, he was friendly to me in the beginning, and then he kind of wasn't later. So I just had to make sure he knows I'm still big dog here.
You are the eldest in this room.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
You got to respect your elders there, Mo.
You see, that's why I sat in the back seat last time.
I'm also the only one filling out a W-2.
Very true.
Well, we gotta follow in our elders' footsteps, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta show us.
Easy there, 1099.
Yeah, I love that. That was by far the only good part of the Jerry John episode when Mike was sitting there. He goes, "I never thought I'd have the best career in a room or whatever."
Right, look, so it's a little bit of a callback. So you think about it, like Joe and I, we went to some pretty exclusive schools. Joe most likely paid sticker. I was on scholarship. But just the people and the names of some of the kids and, where they are now, I had those hopes when I was in those schools. But then, you get out of your college or, you get into the real world and you realize, oh, hey, nobody's just going to hand me shit, regardless of how close we are or how savvy or knowledgeable I am on a topic. Everybody starts in the bottom unless you
got a last name.
Right. Unless you have the last name. Right? Like, I'm just friends with the last names. Right? So I could call those last names and I can text those last names and they'll respond. But usually it's like, look, dude, I'm not really comfortable with getting business and friendship involved and yada, yada, yada. And look, I'll be honest, I've had my pitfalls with, business and friendship too.
No, we all have.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
We all know.
For Mo,
that.
it's you, business and family, right?
Family with me.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you guys were always deciding on the length of the pubes.
Mine were always the longest, so they were always intimidated.
Oh, by the way, so when I was going to brunch with my brother, he goes, "Tell Mo thanks for the star design." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Come on, you don't even listen to your own show."
Joe's looking at me, and I'm fucking clueless right now.
Because of all the jokes on the pube
the
grooming.
pube jokes.
Oh,
I cut his
the
brother's
star
beard.
design.
Yeah, I cut his brother's beard a few days ago.
No, shut up. I get it. The star design.
I'm not, but it takes me like the fact that
Right.
he gets our jokes, and I'm sitting there like,
What?
but that just tells you it's actually fun and it's good. Like,
Yeah, well, and I don't know where I saw or heard this, but I remember seeing something back when I was much younger. And it was some artist, and people were asking the artist about his work. And the guy was like, I don't look at it. I don't analyze it. Yeah. I make it.
Right.
Okay? It's not, so...
No, there's actually a lot of people that do that.
Right. So,
It's
I mean,
probably
in addition to not liking the way my voice sounds...
Yeah.
Regardless of what other people think, it's, Joe's in agreement with me. And a lot of people are. You just don't like the way your own voice sounds.
Can't stand it.
Same, actually.
Right.
I just do it because I have to.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, right.
That's why you're sitting in the middle.
Yeah. You okay, Mike? He got mad at us.
Oh, because
we keep interrupting him.
He's gonna text us to stop.
He is texting us something.
Look at his face.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, I
let's
think I
see
saw what
his
that
ass.
says.
Oh, so completely understandable.
Alright,
Yeah. So with that note, we're gonna take a 5-minute break because that shot of vodka is, it's kind of sitting there.
Right, I need a little air, just some fresh air. If you guys are listening and you're like fans of Clover and you've been to Clover, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
The air in here can get stale.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I just need to step outside for a sec.
It gets stale and it kind of reminds you of like Jerry's last friend or victim.
so with that, we're gonna be back in a few minutes, right?
It took him a while to realize, like, oh, this microphone's probably on and we're speaking in front of it.
The microphone is on. You're speaking.
No, I don't give a fuck right now. I thought it was on earlier and it wasn't. So.
So that was a 5-minute break.
Okay.
Now we're back.
Really? I didn't know we're back yet. Are we back
Back
live?
right now?
A hot mic?
I mean, it's recording and everything.
No, we're back.
He just said that's our 5-minute break, and now we're back.
Yeah.
But now we're discussing whether or not we're
Whether
back.
we're back or not.
So I think we're back.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna. I want to make an
We didn't really
executive decision
leave.
here. I'm
We
gonna
just-
say we're back.
No.
We just took a break.
Yeah. All right,
Exactly.
where did we stop at? Fuck.
I actually don't recall.
Wait up. Mike was mad that we kept interrupting him.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's
No,
just
I
always
No, I
happens.
know, I know.
I wasn't mad and just. You know,
That's how the show works.
there's
It's
a
our
break.
dynamic.
Like right now, like there might be a break, and then I'll like try to say it, and then Mo will come in with his
So anyway, Joe, how's it?
just like that, pretty much, or his louder than gunshot laughter.
I do like how we were making fun of that on the last episode too.
Look, dude, he's the one who can. He's the furthest away from his mic at all times, and he's the one telling us speak into the mic.
Look, yeah, I'm the furthest one away because I have the loudest fucking voice.
We
My
know.
voice,
Right, I know.
it gets picked the fuck up. As it, like I'm almost hitting red, and I'm sitting this far away from my mic.
That's
No,
great.
I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan did say
He's not
that
a
about
quiet
it.
person.
Sometimes on the episodes he's got to boo full blast to hear us because it doesn't mix out properly.
It doesn't mix up properly.
Yeah, he says sometimes it comes in too low.
Okay.
Too low.
Yep.
All right.
I think that's a you problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll figure that out.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk to the editor about that.
Yeah. We're gonna send that to the editor.
I'll deal with him. Don't worry, guys. All right.
Perfect.
So there is something I want to bring up. Is let me ask you guys something. If you were having, let's call it a friendly conversation luncheon with one or two people, and they described to you like a mystery death, you know, somebody that, you know, committed suicide, maybe, you know, or, you know, maybe, you know, stabbed themselves or whatever it might be. So if somebody were to describe this to you and then ask you, you know, does that scare you? Would you take that as a threat?
No, for me, I wouldn't take it as a threat but that's because I just kind of picture we talk like that.
Yeah. So if it happened 3 or 4 more times in the same, let's put air quote, friendly conversation, how would you feel then, Joe?
Starting to think they're emphasizing a point. When it hit 8, it's the point's acknowledged.
Oh, so,
Not listened to, but acknowledged.
so unless you caught on, we're kind of verging out of hypothetical here a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Not
Just a teensy tiny little bit.
not as much as we'd actually like, though.
It's one of those things where it's kind of sad it's fucking true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about like it wasn't 8, it was actually like 7 or 9.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, right.
You wanna pick this up?
I want you to start this because you're the one who made this thing funnier than it was. Because in my mind, I thought they're emphasizing a point. Remember, you're the one who made us
Right.
realize it was actually what you're saying.
Okay. If I can't say something, you gotta stop me.
No names, no companies.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Okay, so here's a story Joe told me, or story. This is a
Recap.
recap of Joe telling me about a day he had. Right, he was supposed to have a friendly conversation with some investors from an unnamed company at the moment, who just wanted to talk to him about, you know, some legalese stuff kind of going on right now. And so he went to this, you know, officially vacant penthouse on Michigan Avenue here in Chicago. And, you know, what he went into this thing thinking it was going to be more about what's it going to cost to make this all go away. And what it turned into was, hey, did you see that story about the Clinton friend who went for a walk over by the beach or to a river or to a lake or something and then offed himself? Doesn't that scare you? I'm like, what? Joe's telling you, I'm like, all right, Joe, that's kind of weird, you know, like, all right, what else happened? Like, well, then they asked me, aren't you afraid of somebody, walking up to you and like just shooting you in the chest while you're walking on the street? And then I start to think, I'm like, well, Joe does do a lot of walking on the street.
Yup.
Not for work, not 1099 stuff. It's because he's got a dog and his dog likes to work out, so like they do miles, right? And I worry about it a little bit, but we're Chicago kids. We know what we're doing. Joe doesn't carry anything valuable with him except for his dog, and he save his dog's life over his own, so he can't really put much value on his own life right there. But that's two of them, and I stopped him, from telling the story, and I asked him. I said, Joe, can you pull up your recordings, and I want to hear them. I want to hear this supposed threat you're talking about.
I didn't call it a threat at that time.
No, he didn't call it a threat, but he said it was odd. They just kept talking about,
You should wear a bulletproof vest.
Right.
Over and over. You're going to get shot. Like, this is going to happen. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I asked Joe, pull out your phone, because, he made it known during his friendly luncheon that he was recording, and they didn't dispute it or fight it at all. So, Joe had a microphone on him. You can hear Joe very clearly. But then anytime anybody else in the room speaks, it sounds like they're 100 feet away from the microphone.
You could hear Joe clearly to a certain point, though. His voice was also somewhat muffled compared to what it should have been. And,
I'm comparing
there's a lot of clicks and hums and taps that should not have been in the recording, but they are in the recording. And when it gets to anybody else, since they're a little bit further away from Joe, one of them is about a foot away from you.
Oh,
the other
one was closer
feet.
than you are, and the other one's closer than you are.
So they were all within 6 feet of him.
Yep. And they sounded like they were at least 2 rooms over.
Right. I mean, you could barely hear. We put it into a speaker and blasted the speaker. Joe's voice almost blew out our eardrums. And the other people in the room still sounded like church mice.
Yeah.
Me, of the group, I would probably call myself the most skeptical of things. I'm the guy that Joe says something and I argue it. Whether I'm playing devil's advocate for him to just see other sides of what's happening.
Which is why we had the whole conversation last time about I give you all the proof and I don't say anything and I wait for you to find the opinion.
Right. And that's what I mean. I was like, is he, does he want me to play devil's advocate, or he just wants to know what I see? So, when he said that, he pulled it out, and that was the very first time Joe had pulled out the recordings since he walked out of his meeting. And all of a sudden, we looking at the audio levels, and you could see the high bars where Joe was likely talking, and then low bars, cunt hairs off the fucking base of a bar. And it was like, well, there's definitely words there, but it's just so weird. We started testing the microphones that we use, and going at different lengths, different distances away from each other.
With the tapping and everything, just
right.
in case he was scratching his head or
we could not
like
recreate the fade, the voice fade, I guess you could call it.
I wanted to see if the mic was potentially fucked up when he first initially put it on, just in case, because who the hell knows what the hell might happen. But that wasn't the case. It came out really clear, and we stood further apart than what they would have been to him originally.
So I had a call back, and it's a recollection of my college days and going into the Department of Psychology and noticing that they had these little kind of they almost look like mini humidifiers on almost absolutely every single outlet in the hallways and in every single office. And I remember asking at one point somebody, I was like, hey, because when you're in college, they don't send you to a real psychiatrist when you need mental health. They send you to the College of Psychiatry, and a PhD student works on you, and then they go to the real psychologist, who then makes their back and forth.
And they do their thesis on you.
Pretty much, right? So, and my issues weren't crazy, but or wild or in depth. It was just I wanted to go talk to somebody about I was having a rough time in college, whatever. But at one point I did ask about these things that I saw, and I thought they were humidifiers because it was dry or whatever. And the guy goes, no, they're sound deafeners. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, well, this is an old building and the walls could be kind of thin or whatever. So we just want to make sure it's just all for privacy's sake. You just want to know that nobody can, in the next room over, who's maybe working quietly on a computer, can't hear you talking to me in this room right here. Also with somebody walking out through the hallway or whatever. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Now, I graduated from college in like 2008, 2009. So I'm like, okay, we're in 2025. Like,
Damn, that made me feel old.
So,
yeah. So I start telling these guys, hey, I think, if this thing is emitting sound waves up, then that would stop sound waves or slow them down from going through. Now, I'm no physicist. I'm just using my fifth grade Bill Nye knowledge here and thinking about the waves traveling and how Bill Nye would talk about how waves can counteract and mess with each other.
So they had me breaking down the layout of the room, where everyone sat, where everything was on the table, because they wanted a picture in their head, the whole position and everything going on.
An electromagnetic emitter would be the thing to do it. The white noise machine was a good thing to get us to that point.
Right, that's why I didn't say white noise machine.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is...
But it is a white noise machine because...
Right.
Yeah.
But what this was, the device I'm talking about, what we're trying to get to, is a precursor to something that you can easily get on Amazon today. And these are small sound deafening, or what was the exact word that they said? That I was like, oh yeah, I was using the wrong term by saying white noise because there was no noise. I didn't hear anything.
So let me add something to that too. When we realized before we go further into it, then because we saved it all on the phone, the iPhone had the copy of it all. I ran it through transcription, remember?
Yes.
So anything you record on an iPhone, it transcribes everything. AI was not able to transcribe this message on the iPhone.
Yeah.
But not only just the whole message, but your voice in particular, which was right next to the microphone.
Right.
So you could hear it and understand every word,
Yeah.
but AI was not able to transcribe it. And what did we find out that meant?
That meant that it was fucked with the electromagnetic
Countermeasures were applied to disrupt the microphone's ability to pick up sound.
So knowing that, I went from a conversation that was really awkward, talking about this whole situation, everything that occurred, with 8 references to being killed or stories of it, and me should be wear a vest, someone could shoot me at any moment, asking if I have a will in place, all of these things, to, that I just got threatened to go away. Mm-hmm. Because nobody would put those measures in place if it wasn't for a purpose of threatening.
Yeah.
Right, and to say, basically, knowing you're recording, and to say, things that would pretty much knowingly not show up on a recording.
Well, thinking they won't show up.
Thinking, right.
Thinking they won't show up. Because
we
that's
did,
being in the works right now.
We did ask AI. We asked him, I call mine Goose. We asked
We get
Goose,
your Maverick.
Right. We asked Goose what he thought of it, and he was skeptical as well, and that kind of made us kind of all take off the tinfoil hats that we thought that we had put on during this. And, now here is something that is, I'm not going to say infallible, but here's something that's using every available source on the internet, basically, to look at what we uploaded and give its analysis. And its analysis was somebody enacted countermeasures here. And that's, I don't know.
So I was somewhat skeptical, ish, because I kept going back for the mic thing.
So it's funny because Mike is normally the most skeptical.
Yeah.
And Mo spent the whole time talking to me about those technical errors, and it was my fault.
Well, it could. Not that necessarily was your fault. It just
I
wanted
too.
to eliminate
you, but not as bad as him to the point where I wish we recorded this, people. I sat here and I put the mics on like I would, and they're sitting here rubbing my head, tapping my head, hitting me around, trying to readjust every little quirk and little tick I have.
Mike got a feel on,
That
too.
was-
I saw that.
Look, and that
I
was
saw the
all
head
Mike's
slip.
idea.
Yes.
Okay, that was Mike's idea. I was like, Joe,
Wait,
show.
that was Mo's idea.
I was like,
They both just want
I
credit
said,
for
show
feeling
me
me
where
out.
you had
Wait,
the mic.
wait. Did I not say like 8 times
Yeah.
to go and grab the fucking mic?
I got
No,
the
no,
mic.
he did, but it was me who was like, all right, that's
With
where
the
it was.
tapping and everything, yeah.
And then I started. I'm like, okay, so maybe he might have been because he
Right,
had
but
the
that was
hat
the
on,
point
right?
of it.
So so I went around his head trying to make the hat move
Oh,
and
and
recreate.
it's a 50-50 thing, all right? We'll just say that.
And just so everyone's aware, where I had the mic, I clipped it on this hat, like on the hat. So it was
Yeah.
very obvious. You could see it. It was lit up. It was
He's
not
basically
hitting.
wearing like a shirt sleeve. Like if you were to cut off the
called-
short sleeve of your short
It's
sleeve
called
shirt
the slouch.
and use it as a
beanie.
hat, that's what Joe looks like
It's called
he's
the
wearing.
slouch beanie, but I clipped it on the side so you could see it. So it has full availability. I'm not hiding it. I'm very open about it. We're very transparent about us wearing mics at all times.
Right.
Yeah.
So after testing that out, didn't really fucking show anything. Then I plugged it into the computer and I've been trying to work on that stuff, and I have
Oh, you hear the frustration.
one other person who is trying to help me out right now. At least, hopefully, maybe soon I could find somebody else or two.
Yeah, we did send it to our friends in the alphabet.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Great. Perfect. And we're gonna be working on that to like hopefully open up more now. I can hear like little bits and pieces. There's certain words that I got, but a lot of it is still very much muffled. Especially those fucking clicks. Those
They drive
clicks,
you
man.
nuts.
I know.
And then we took clips of it, like cut
Yeah.
clips,
Yes.
and we put it in AI. And AI's like, yeah, there's an AI disruptor put in
Yes.
here to stop the ability to transcribe.
Now my editing software was able to transcribe only Joe's part, but everything else was basically like anything that was distorted from like the other two people. It wasn't really able to pick up as much. I'm like I said, hopefully as a bit of time goes on, which now I need to teach myself new editing for sound skills.
So thank you, people. You're making Mo better.
Yes, you are improving my my work right now. So thank
That's
you
all
very
I
much.
asked for.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, you know, give me a better challenge next time. Maybe some video shit or something like that. I don't know, like something would be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get into that, and yeah, and like, hopefully at some point it'll be a nice fucking thing. We're like, hey, I gotta fucking complete it, and there you go.
So the joke I gave to Joe the night before he went to this friendly meeting was, hey, Joe, don't be the first one to walk into the room. And
I
if
was
you-
the last.
Right. And I said, and if you walk in and you don't see anybody, duck. Because I just, I got, and middle of Goodfellas vibes for a second.
But they did give some good advice, and we are going to take it. They said I should start wearing a bulletproof vest because I'm going to get shot. So we're looking at it now. We got some friends looking at it. I got some people looking at some options. I mean, I want a John Wick vibe, but no one needs to drop a couple $1,000 for a suit unless you guys want to sponsor a suit.
Us? I'm the only one with a job.
Why do you think I looked
And
at you?
I work for a non-profit. Okay?
I'm a non-profit. Profit
We're-
me.
Right. No. You guys are profitless. There's a difference.
But so we are gonna get me a bulletproof vest so we can tell everyone that I was told to wear it because they're gonna go attack me.
Yeah, and
We'll just give you a couple like thick shirts.
Yeah,
That'll be the
exactly.
same, right?
You mean you're gonna shave your chest finally?
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
We're gonna
I
stuff
got a natural bulletproof
we're gonna
vest,
stuff a
motherfucker.
sweatshirt with it.
Joe's gonna start looking like a late '90s gangbanger. With 6 coats on.
I'll be doing the 50 Cent.
Many men.
That's Mo's line.
And it means different things for you guys. I get it.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I mean, if Mike and Mo didn't see this or see my face when I realized it, I think it would have been a whole different situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm naturally skeptical. I'm somebody I need to see. Seeing is believing to me. And hearing, touching, whatever you want to call it. My senses need to interact with something you're telling me is true, or I'm not gonna just take it on blind faith. All right.
It's always good to have proof.
Right, and regardless of who you are, I've known Joe since I was like a preteen. I ask this dude for receipts every time he talks. because in my mind, I'm trying to keep him from getting locked up for, being Mel Gibson conspiracy theory crazy. And then, things like this happen, or I make a joke and it kind of happens, not in that way, but, my joke does seem to kind of fit the situation. And, I did feel I felt like a little powerful, I'll be honest.
That's why I said,
what do they call it?
What do they call what?
I was like oracling.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I was
prophesizing.
I was
prophesizing.
I was prophesizing.
Prophesizing. But that's why I wanted you to tell it, because honestly, this part was your story. I mean, it was my luncheon, but it was your story.
Right. It was me sitting here listening to your story and being like, Joe, pull it up. I want to hear somebody say what you're saying. Right. They said.
And it's also because sometimes, like the way I was saying it, I was talking about how it was just an awkward situation, and Mike's going to me, dude, you were threatened.
Yeah, you were threatened. You were 100% threatened.
And I'm sitting there like, well, is this a guy? And he goes, Joe, they threatened you. Like, it's just the problem is we talked on the last episode, some people just don't get fearful when you threaten them. Like, like why we got all the police stuff, because it didn't work on Brittany. For me, it went over my fucking head. Like, oh, they threatened me?
Right. And then me, I'm just, I don't know. I just pick up on shit here and there.
Right. So I don't want to go into details or names, but because I've told a couple of other people about this situation, like some friends, some family, some associates, and my favorite comment I got back is, so they put you in a room to get threatened by a guy who is a confirmed person that you guys just outed on your last episode.
Yeah.
So don't want to get into details, but
an associate of a confirmed somebody we talked about on the menu.
Personally confirmed of what the type of people we outed the last episode. Yeah.
I don't,
episode name.
No. I know. I'm just the name at the end of that episode.
Yeah,
is the one
that confirmed.
Right, and that's that individual was not in the room with you.
No, he was for something else.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like, so they put you in a room to be threatened by a guy that you guys got more dirt on than anyone else on the planet.
So he's on the phone?
What?
He was in the room, or he was on the phone?
He was in the room. Not the guy we talked about, but a guy in the room is a confirmed, actually went through with that.
Right, he's an associate of said person we talked about.
No, I'm saying he actually did do that with other people.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I don't want to break that down right now.
Yeah.
You're gonna have
That's
to.
why I want to know names or companies.
Yeah,
because...
you're gonna have to put your thinking caps on for this one, people.
Yeah.
Oh, and we all have actually, just out of pure caution, created wills and backups and the fucking dead man switch.
By the way, none of us are suicidal.
None of us.
None of us are suicidal.
Not anymore.
None of us have any plan to walk by the river and blow our brains out.
Man, I can swim perfectly.
Because I was told multiple times that somebody's going to walk by the river and blow their brains out because they're not feeling good.
I was a junior lifeguard, goddammit.
I had to do swim qual in full clothing and a gun in the Marines.
And I wasn't swimming fucking...
I wasn't just float.
I wasn't in the Marines.
I just float.
But in high school, I went out for the rowing team, and part of that being able to get on the team was I had to tread water for 10 minutes in a pool. I was like, it's going to take you guys 10 minutes to pick me up if I fall out of the boat? You guys are going to speedboat. Just come and get me. But they love giving me, I love giving them a hard time. Like, it's just, state regulations.
Also, I don't drink or use drugs, so I'll never overdose. Just so we're on the same.
Note the pause.
Yeah. But it's not you they're going for, Mike.
Not right now.
After this episode.
After this episode, we're all gonna need vests. We're gonna remove the logos and get vests. Ooh, that's a good thing to do.
I'm the
we
one
should get the Velcro things that say effing around.
I was gonna say the logo.
They're like the police, but effing around.
Can we get them by Tuesday?
I literally, before you got here, I was talking to Mo about we got to get some by Tuesday. I'm like, we should just go around with it. Effing around for cannabis.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
That's fucking funny.
I really wish you guys could have been here or we recorded that, but it's probably best that we didn't record that. Just our facial reactions and us sitting here scrambling around for like hours trying to figure out what the hell just happened. I mean, they're ripping it apart, trying to figure out like it went from them being the most skeptical to me being like, no guys, no way. Like for me to be the skeptical one, like I wasn't threatened. They didn't adjust this stuff. Like
literally at some point you told me, you're like, whoa, relax a little bit. You got your fucking head up right now.
Like, I even said, you guys, I'm supposed to be the one wearing the tinfoil cap. Why are you guys wearing it?
I don't know. I made the mistake of taking them off.
Problem is, though,
the same writing was on the wall.
Exactly. The problem is the more we dig into it, like you said, these big breadcrumbs, they start getting way too obvious. Like a friendly conversation with talks like that, it could go either way. A friendly conversation with talks like that, when you block the mics and you'd use electronics, whatever you did to stop that from occurring, that's not a friendly conversation. You just threatened my life multiple times,
and
8 to be exact.
And you didn't want anybody to hear it.
Problem was, it's getting heard.
Yeah, well, our forensic audio people are on it, so they say they can pull out disruptions and clean up voices or whatever. But I don't know.
Yeah, it's not our area, but most trying to beat them to it.
I am. I don't know if I'm going to, but I'm trying to.
Oh man. But we had to update you because the one thing we do here at Effing Around, we're transparent about everything. We have some fun.
Yeah.
Everything outside the bedroom.
Right, especially if, I get busted live on tape trying to do a shot of water and instead getting a shot of vodka and fucking high octane energy syrup.
It was good though.
No, it was tasty. I'm not saying it wasn't.
We should get some more. So, by the way, Shot Energy, if you're listening, we really like your shit.
We'd like you to reach out to us and maybe, hey, what kind of other flavors you got?
Yep.
Do you got a branded refrigerator that maybe we could put in the background here? I don't know. Maybe you know.
Do you have a dispenser? Like a Jaeger dispenser?
A Jaeger dispenser.
Because it's
I don't know.
thick.
I don't know what you're talking about. It sounds like a brand of something that's not sponsoring us.
Yep. Do you have a shot dispenser?
There we go. You have a liquid dispenser, a gravity dispenser?
Yes. Thank you.
There, that's what you meant, right?
That's what I meant. Sorry, my English is second language.
Can we get
I speak cursive.
Can we get a shot Slurpee machine? Because it's that thick.
No, it is thick though.
It is very good.
Yeah. But
It was almost like doing a shot of Guinness.
Ooh, my brother's birthday is next weekend, March 30th. So we will say happy birthday to my brother. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to my brother.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Mr. Little Joes. Because I know you're listening. I'll give you that ASMR right in your eardrums, baby.
He's gonna be like, "Fuck you guys."
Look, it was your product that got me to this level right now. I'm just gonna say.
Yep.
I had a beer during and a shot of
what was supposed to be water.
What would I call it? Like El Toro Loco. Light bulb. Maybe Little Joe's creates a shot-inspired drink that they exclusively have at Little Joe's, and then whatever fucking colored bovine doesn't get called out anymore at the bar, and instead you're getting a shot and vodka.
Can you imagine how great of a vodka shot that would be? I almost said it.
Right.
It is,
Right. So colored bovine.
Yep. Just drop it in the vodka.
Male colored
mix the two
bovine.
together.
Yeah.
Blood colored bovine of a male.
Yep.
Yeah. With a duck.
Got a little hair on that.
Right. So I think this is probably a good place for us to maybe end this episode.
I agree. What about you? I think it's a nice, perfect ending.
I think we had a nice little bell curve go on here.
I really think so, too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason to keep rambling or going.
Right.
It's a perfect little conclusion.
I don't want to force out anything else because otherwise we're just going to start sounding stupid.
And it's going to be like the Jerry Johnny episode.
Yeah, we don't. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Not at all.
Can't wait for Jerry to come back, but
Yeah.
Johnny's gonna have to stay outside.
Yeah, that was.
He could go walk Bella.
Now there's 2 people on the list.
And with that.
Damn! And with that, this has been a Timeless Wolf production. Thank you for joining us at the Clover Club with Mo, Mike, and Joe.
I'm Joe.
I am Mike.
And I'm Mo.
Thanks for finding out, guys.
And have a good night.
Sounds good.
It's supposed to be lower.